Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I'm finally ready to give you guys my guide on how to complete the Withered combat training scenario. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, this pops up about every 3 days in Shalaran. You have to talk to Tharissa here in order to begin it, and it costs a baseline of 400 ancient mana to begin, but you can increase that cost all the way up to 2,000 to get more troops whenever you start the scenario. My recommendation is to start it with as many as you possibly can. You need to have unlocked everything that increases your ancient mana capabilities in order to actually have 2,000. However, what I'm going to be showing in this video is starting it with 2,000 ancient mana, which gives me 20 troops. Now, the reasons that you guys want to do this is it gives you a ton of Nightfallen reputation. It's probably the best way of getting Nightfallen reputation. Also, on top of that, it gives you pets, it gives you money, it gives you gear. There's tons of different reasons and ways that you can use this to your advantage, and I would recommend using it and doing it as often as possible. Now, one thing I also want to say before I really start talking about what to do here is that it usually pops up as a world quest, but it doesn't always. And so if you haven't gotten this quest in the, I don't know, like in 2 or 3 days, I would recommend going and checking with Tharissa in Shalaran to make sure it's still not available and it just hasn't shown up as a world quest. Now, inside this scenario, your real goals are to get at least 400 points. 400 points is what gives you the maximum amount of reputation with the Nightfallen. Any reputation or any amount of points above that does not increase the amount of rep that you get. As you can see under my artifact and reputation bar, I have a score, and it says like 21 or something like that. So you want to get that score up to at least 400. Now, there are a lot of tips that I have, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that right now. Now, you want to start, as I said before, with as many Withered as possible. Also, do not worry about completing the scenario. Your real goal is to come out of this with as many chests and items as possible. You also want to stun and interrupt damage and casts, and I'm going to go over that throughout the video. Do the scenario as a tank if you can. End a run with a number of Withered that's divisible by 5, so like 10 or 15 or 20, because all the chests require 10 or 5 Withered to pick up, obviously. You also want to get the buffs from Shalaran, the ley walking buffs, before you start, and you also only want to collect chests after you're finished with your run. That's another very, very big thing. You want to actually just like get to an even number, like 5. I think I ended with like 40. And then after you get to 40, then go back and pick up all the chests, and that will end your scenario. Now, if you die or if you run out of Withered, that will end the scenario as well. Also, whenever you fight a big monster, like a boss or something like that, you want to put them, you have an extra action button right there, and you want to put them into Berserk's mode. That's what it's called. I think it's called like Mayhem or Berserk or something like that. So you want to make sure that you do that. Now, inside the chest, there are a lot of items, as you can see right there. The smaller chests give the that require 5 Withered, give you the blue items, and the purple chests give you the epic items. They augment your Withered. They make them take more, do more damage, take less damage, run away less. They give you like different special types of Withered, like Berserker Withered. So you want to get as many chests as possible. Now, for the first boss here, Lapelia. Honestly, if you were going to skip any boss, it would probably be her. She's very, very deadly, and she did a lot of damage to my Withered. You want to move out whenever you get Shrapnel, and also interrupt Shard Bolt as much as possible. This would be probably the most deadly boss in here, especially at the beginning. Now, you can see that my Withered are running away. That's extremely fucking annoying. So what you want to do as much as possible is focus on putting your Withered into Berserk's mode, and then as soon as they go into Berserk mode, after that, go around and basically interrupt the cast, take the Shrapnel Blast away from your Withered, interrupt it as much as I can, or as much as you can, whatever you want to say, and after that, just pretty much focus on, on making sure they don't run away, because it's very, very annoying. Now, I'm going to take you guys through in here all of the different... See, that guy's running away. And I don't like this, especially like this next area with like the stairs is very, very dangerous because it's hard to really know where they're trying to go or anything like that. And if they run away, if the cast finishes, it's like a little fear on them, they will actually completely, like, they're gone. They're dead. So you make sure that they do not run away. And so for the first thing here, the Volatile Wraith, this is the first normal mob. It's very, very dangerous here. You want to interrupt Arcane Munition, and then once it gets to a low enough health, it will cast Unstable Explosion. You do not want that cast to go off, because if it does, that it will explode and deal damage to all your Withered. Do you see that guy right there in the corner there? It just ran away. As you can see, my number just probably went down 1. So I just lost one of them there. And as I said before, once you get the blue item that increases the or decreases the chance that your Withered will run away, that makes it a lot easier. The Shard Maidens don't really do anything that are very important. really, the first boss, that Lapelia mini boss, is very, very dangerous to deal with. Now, the more withered you get, see, I just took a hit right there. That wasn't good either. The more withered that you get, the more things that you can do. Obviously, the farther along that you can progress, and also once you get the epic items, I do want to say something right now. Once you get them once, you don't have to get them again. So you want to pick up as many chests as possible. I've heard that each of the epic items drops from a specific chest, and also there are withered around the scenario, as you can see right there. You want to pick up every withered that you see, obviously. If going and picking up a withered is going to lose you more withereds than you're going to get out of it, obviously that's not something that I would recommend. Also, open all doors that are available to you, even if you don't go in them, because some doors might have like 3 withered in a chest in them or something like that. So you always want to make sure that you're checking every single different area. Now, this is the second little mini boss that we're going to be fighting here, Blood Guardian Fricks. Now, he does 2 different abilities. He puts down this thing like Brood and Explosion, or I don't know, something like that. And he summons a bunch of fucking ads, basically. You want to make sure that you aggro all of the ads so they don't kill your withereds, and make sure that they're on you. And also, as I said before, make sure that you don't get feared away. Also, he casts Cleaving Claws. Just make sure that you interrupt that. This boss is actually pretty easy to deal with as long as you can manage killing the spiders. So again, make sure that if you're going to go into a new room and you think that you're going to lose more withered and it's going to take you past that. And then, by the way, I just want to show this real quick. I look like Michael Jackson here going around with all my withered shambling around. It looks amazing, okay? So this is another reason why I really like this this scenario here. The more you get, the cooler you feel. It's like you're doing a little raid. And this is the third boss right here. I hate... This is the worst one. This is the worst one. I really, really hate this guy, Laystalker Drow. Just put them into Berserk's mode and then just have them basically go crazy on him, and they're going to kill him. It's going to be no big deal. Make sure that whenever he's dashing around, and you can see, look at them, they're running away. It's just, I was honestly going insane. I did this on my stream. I was going insane whenever this was happening. There's another one running away. And so make sure that whenever he's dashing as much as you can, just try to stun him, because for whatever reason that stops his dash. After you kill Laystalker Drow, make sure that you have at least 1 inventory slot open. That way, whenever you kill him, you get a specific key. And make sure that, obviously, if you, if you don't get that key, it won't, or sorry, if you don't have an inventory slot open, the key will not, oh, by the way, in this room, don't go in this room. Don't go in this room. Don't go in this room at all. There's no reason to. Well, I think that there's a big chest in there, and so you want to at least get it once if the items are tied to specific chests. But that key that I got right there opened up this door. And as I said before, or I might have interrupted myself, if you don't have an inventory slot open whenever you kill the boss, the key will go to your mail. And so unless you have a mailbox available, I don't even know if you can use in here, you're going to be basically SOL. So after you open up the door for the Lay Guardian Drow, or whatever the hell his name is, you can go down here, and there's about 1 or 2 rooms. Now, the last 2 bosses, you're probably going to lose some guys on, right? But you're going to gain some guys if you're able to do them effectively. So it's really kind of all up to you if you are confident enough that you can go up there and do it yourself. Personally, I would not really recommend it. I did it once. I lost a ton of guys, and so I'm not really going to recommend and show everything you need to do. But as you're going up there, I do want to show you guys something. There are also small chests that you can pick up all around the room. You want to pick up as many of those as possible. And there's at least 2 withered that you can go to before you actually have to see the next mini-boss. And the next mini-boss is probably going to be, he can either be the easiest boss or the hardest boss, depending on pretty much on how things go for you. I'm not going to really explain him because, as I said, I don't really want to go over all of it. But basically, he does a cast called a Stomp. You need to interrupt that cast. If you don't, it's going to kill your withered. And he also grabs your withered. His name is the Elf Breaker, okay? And all your withered are elves. So you probably don't want to fight him, you know? So anyway, after that, I figured I had about 39, and so I went back into the room that I actually ironically told you guys not to go into. And at this point, I wanted to get 1 more withered, and if I was able to get 1 more, I would have 40, and I could go back around and pick up all of the chests. Now, as I said before, I'm not entirely certain if each chest has a specific determined item that comes out of it. I don't know that or not, but my recommendation, especially for the large chests, would be to pick up 1 chest and then the next time around pick up different chests. So just in case that is the case, you'll be able to be covered one way or another. So at this point, I've got 40 withered. I was so happy about this because the last time I think I ended with like 7. So, Anyway, here we are. I'm going to show you guys picking up the chests. And again, you do not want to pick up these chests until you actually are done with the instance, because each time you pick up a chest, it costs 5 or 10 withered, and you want to have as many as possible, because the more withered you have, the more damage you can do, and the easier that you can deal with different mini bosses and everything like that. So as you can see there, I clicked on the I used it for 5 withered, and I will lose 5 withered from the amount of withered that I have. And at this point, I'm just going around and collecting chests. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, sorry, excuse me, I need to get some food after this. It doesn't really matter whether you get the 5 or the 10 chests, but obviously I would recommend not going with a bunch of 10s until you know where all the 5s are, and kind of planning out what you're going to go back and get beforehand. Now, each different type of the items, the purple items, give you different types of withered. There's like one that allows you to see hidden chests, one that allows you to, yeah, there's a hidden chest right there. And so there's one that allows you to give you a berserker, and there's a room right at the beginning that you can take a right instead of a left, and you need 2 berserkers to open that room. I don't really find that that's very useful, and my real goal in this video is to show you guys how to optimize this, not how to fully complete it. And in my opinion, this mode or method of basically going through and getting as many chests as possible by ending with an even number of, a number divisible by 5, actually, a number divisible by 5 of withered is probably going to be the most effective and most efficient way of completing this scenario. And again, I do want to reiterate, after we finished everything there, after we finish everything here, whatever you want to say, is that you want to have at least 400 points. That will give you as much reputation from the Nightfallen as possible. And here we are. This is the last chest, and I'm porting it away. And the more chests you get, the more that show up at the end, okay? And it's actually really, really cool if you actually have done this very, very correctly. And you're going to pop up, right? And you turn around and you see all of these chests. And it's just, it's so awesome, right? I love just looking at this popping up. I'm going to RP walk over there. I mean, like, oh my god, I was in such a good mood with this, okay? And so anyway, guys, I really hope you guys like this video. I put a lot of work into it, so I hope you guys like the video down below, by the way. And I also really hope that it helped. A lot of people have been asking me how to do this in the most efficient way. And so this is my video. These are my methods, and this is what I think is best. If you guys have any sort of other information that I might have left out, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. And not just let me know, but let everybody else know at the same time. As I said, look there, so you get the Falinar tablets. Those are the things that you get the gear from. There's a soothing talisman or a shard or whatever that makes it so I don't run away as much. I'm very much looking forward to doing this again. I also find this fun to do. I think this is fun and enjoyable to do. So it's really cool that they added this into the game. Those are some of the other items that augment the type of withers that you have. Again, once you use that item, you never have to deal with it again. It's permanently added into, I guess, like your loadout or whatever you want to call it whenever you begin the scenario. So just use it, and then it's permanently there. Even it's not there just for one scenario afterwards, it's there permanently. So anyway, guys, again, I really hope this helped you. Looking everything up and figuring it out all for myself definitely helped me. So, and also you can get artifact power too, as you guys just saw, and toys and other things like that. So it's not just for completing it for reputation. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I really hope this helped. This is really fun to do, and so that's pretty much all I've got. Thank you for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.